So WynterCon, it was a fabulous experience. I really had a really good time. Very stressful for us because we were running around doing as much footage as we could, but just amazing overall. The atmosphere was just incredible. Everyone was laughing, happy, smiling. Loads of people wanted to jump in front of the camera, and it was awesome. The stalls just were a range of different styles, tastes, something for everyone there. It really was. Just if I had the money with me, I would have probably spent my entire bank account. But I did get a few items, and there were items that you couldn't necessarily always get anywhere else. And I think the people that designed, obviously Andy, who was running it, really put that thought into when he sort of accepted all the stall applications as well, which was really good. Something for everyone to see. So definitely go there.
Okay, hello, this is Midnight Magic. We are here with Virginia Hay. You may know her as from Mad Max 2 and from Farscape. We've got a couple of questions for you today, if that's all right. So you attended WynterCon last year. Yes. How did you find that experience?
Oh, it was lovely. It was the first show, I think, that Andy's put on, Andy and Erica. Actually, Lord Andrew Kybert and Lady Erica Kybert. Let us get the titles straight. And they're the sweetest couple in the whole wide world, and they put on a marvellous show. And this one has way surpassed that one. That one was brilliant. This one is double, triple what the last one was. And I think that every time they do it, it's going to expand and expand and expand. It was absolutely slammed yesterday. It was brilliant fun.
What role, whether it be film or TV, which one did you enjoy performing the most?
In which respect?
As in, what did you enjoy, what sort of project did you enjoy taking part in the most?
Yeah, I think that's a tricky question for me because what I enjoy the most is the most complicated of all of the characters. And so I think that would have to be Zan, the character that I played, this character actually, in Farscape.
Virginia makes your own natural soaps and perfumes as well, I believe. Would you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, yeah. When I went to America, I lived in America for about 12, 13 years. I just got back to England 2.5 years ago. And while I was over there, I noticed a gap in the market for the particular kind of product that I love making. And so I took a chance and I started to make product for conventions. I was doing convention appearances over there at some of the world's biggest cons, like San Diego Comic-Con, Dragon Con, and so forth. You've got to get over there and see some of those conventions. They're really amazing. And I noticed all of my fellow actors had their own books on their tables, and they had DVDs, and they had CDs and all sorts of product. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to take a chance and make some soaps. I know it's really unrelated to sci-fi or even acting, but I took a chance with it. And people would always comment on how nice my fragrance was, which was really lovely. It's thrilling if you go to all the trouble to make something beautiful and people love it.
So the other thing we know you've been doing, you have your own radio show. How did you get into that, transitioning from TV and film?
Well, I've moved now, so where the radio show's on hold until we can set up a little studio in my place, which we're working on right now. It started many years ago in Australia because I'm a bit of a chatter. And I do love it. And it's one of those things that you're either really comfortable chatting on film and on radio, or you're not. It's not something you can pretend to be because you either are naturally good at it, like yourself, or it's not something you can learn or get better at. It just is. It's part of your personality. So I used to do a lot of radio in Australia. I started my career in the late 70s as a model, and then went on to do television commercials and then acting. And now I used to travel to London to do it once a week, but the traveling was so much. It was like 6 hours to get there and back, or more actually. So now we're looking at getting a little studio in my place, which is simple these days. Yeah, so I love it.
That's all fantastic. Thank you so much for talking to us.
You're welcome.
We hope you enjoy the rest of your WynterCon experience, and maybe that you'll be back again.
I hope so. It's a really great show. And if you get a chance, do please visit WynterCon. And also, if anyone really loves Mad Max or Bond or any of the bits and pieces, Prison Cell Block H, Farscape, I do conventions all over the UK. And so people can find my convention list at virginiahay.com. And that's how you spell it. Ginny Hay, Hey. Self-promotion. Thanks, darling.
Thank you very much for your time. We've just come back from WynterCon 2015, and I really enjoyed it. Compared to other conventions I've been to, there was plenty to do there, still as much to do there, but it was a really warm atmosphere, and you just absolutely got this community spirit. It was really nice. There were so many people who put so much effort into their cosplays. We were able to work with some of them. We did a Star Wars sketch, which you can see on our channel. And yeah, just everyone was so happy. I wish I'd had more money on me, because some of the stalls were amazing. There was all the anime stuff you could possibly ever want. There was some really unique things, like there's some neat taxidermied stuff. There was all the nerd stuff and Doctor Who stuff you could ever want. And yeah, just everyone was so friendly. I would absolutely go back next year. Hey, I'm here with Brian Wheeler. We're just going to ask a few questions. So a lot of your work involves wearing quite heavy prosthetics and costumes. What was the most challenging one you've worked with?
That would be Harry Potter, because I'd be in makeup for about 4 to 5 hours, and it would be in 3 parts. One part on my chin, one part on my face, and one part at the top of my head. And one day I got taken into makeup to put on all this makeup. Then the designer came in, looked at it and went, yep, that's fine. And they took it all off again. And plus the fact I had black contact lenses in and false teeth in as well. So that was very, very heavy going.
Yeah, I've worn contacts and false teeth myself before, and they're quite intrusive.
Well, the trouble is they were black contact lenses, so you were like looking through a cylindrical tube, so it was quite difficult to see. And it was like a black polo mint you were looking through.
So, is this your first WynterCon?
No, I was here last year. I was here with the WynterCon, but I often do these conventions because I enjoy meeting the fans and the public, and sorting out pictures and signing autographs and sharing things that I've been doing.
Yeah, well, I'm informed when I was interviewing Virginia, you were behind, and I was trying very hard not to look and laugh.
I do like people to be happy. I do like to take the mickey out of people, and of course there's people that are behind the cameras that you can have a laugh with, and that nobody else knows it, which is quite funny.
So, as you said, you were here last year. How does this year's WynterCon compare to last year's?
This one's much better, much busier. There's a lot more characters that are dressed up, which I think is part and parcel of it. A lot more going on, and also we're in a better place because we're in a line and we can see what's going on. Last year we couldn't see quite what was happening in the room.
So yeah, it's definitely going onwards and upwards. So you've worked in the film industry, and you've worked with TV adverts a little bit as well?
I've done everything you can think of. I've been in TV adverts, I've done videos, I've done pop videos, I've done TV films, major films, low budget films where we couldn't film until we got some money behind us. I've done student films, yeah, I've done everything you can think of. Even I've been on the radio portraying a small person. Quite strange.
So what would you say was sort of the most challenging of those areas? Which did you enjoy the most, perhaps?
Oh, well, I obviously enjoy filming and television the best because you do it and that's it, it's done, it's in the can. Theatre, you do it day in, day out, so it's a bit repetitive. But also I was on the circus for 7 years, so that was my whole different lifestyle of travelling with the circus, travelling with people, and being knee-deep in mud one day or out on the lovely field, sunbathing another day. So, yeah, all sorts.
Have you got any projects in the pipeline at the moment?
That's a superstition I have, that I never ever tell what could happen, because somebody once let me down. I said what was coming up and it didn't happen. So I never talk about what could be coming up. But you just got to keep an eye out. You will see Brian Wheeler around on your TVs, on your films. You just never know.
I look forward to seeing you. So thank you very much for talking to us, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your WynterCon experience.
Thank you very much, and I'm certainly enjoying Eastbourne. It's a good place.
So, WynterCon. Freaking awesome. Didn't get much time for first day, unfortunately. Too much magic. Second day, though, experienced everything. Absolutely freaking loved it. We'll do it again in a heartbeat. And by the time it ended, I came to a realisation. Every con I go to, or Grand Prix, anything awesome like that, I'm always sad at the end. And that's because it's over. and I'm gonna have to wait for next year.
Okay, so this is Midnight Magic. I'm Frankie. I'm here with Norman Lovett. We've just got a couple of questions for you. Try to make it a little bit different. So the first thing we noticed on your bio is you've got a bit of trivia knowledge of the Sugar Babes, and you've been involved with music for a long time. Have you ever been asked to appear on Nevermind the Buzzcocks?
No, I've never been asked to go on there, and I don't get asked to go on anything like that, panel shows, but actually I'm not a big fan of them. The only one I actually asked for, I think, was IQ, and they said, yes, we'll put you on the list, definitely, Norman, about 3 years ago, and I've never still ain't been on it. I thought I wouldn't mind being on that, but in a way you just think, well, I don't mind, there's people on it, the same old people all the time, and you get, in fact, they should change it around a bit, but they don't. It's all too cosy for my liking.
Talking of things like that, you've worked in the comedy circuit for a long time, stand-up. What's the toughest crowd you've ever had?
I think there was one. I did punk gigs in the early days, and so some of those could be quite tough. I did the Lyceum, and I think the Lurkers. I was supporting the Lurkers and some other bands, and that was tough. I used to do me 10 minutes and get off. I did a John Peel impression. That went down. That always used to go down well. But yeah, that was tough. And then I did one in Belfast. That was tough. That was really tough. Yeah, we have some tough ones, but thankfully most have been great. And I supported the Clash in Derby, and that was fantastic. So I went down really well with the crowd, and I watched the Clash, when they came on, and that was fantastic. So yeah, it was tough. Yeah, you don't want it too easy, otherwise everyone will be doing it. But everyone is doing it now, aren't they?
Yeah, very much so. So obviously you've done comedy, you've been sort of floating around the music circuit a bit. You were also, this is for our cameraman James, he's a big fan of the game Elite Dangerous, and you were asked to voice a voice pack for it.
Yeah, I just did that, Leo, and I had to be very careful when I did it of saying, look, there's no red dwarfisms in this, no Holly, got to be careful. I think I said dude once. I said, well, that's all right, you can say dude, Leo. But yeah, it's I enjoyed doing that, and I think it's doing all right, doing very well. So yeah, that's good, Leo, yeah. And I also did the voiceover to the Ribena commercial recently. I don't know whether you've seen that. And I feel guilty about that to a certain extent because of the sugar. I've got this obsession with this sugar issue, But Ribena's been around for 80 years. I remember having it as a young boy. As long as you don't drink too much of it, that's all right. It tastes lovely.
We'll wrap this up with on that. But no, we can't say that. How are you enjoying WynterCon? How are you enjoying the whole WynterCon experience?
This experience here? Great day yesterday. I love this venue. Never been to Eastbourne before. Great, bit quieter today, Sunday. But yeah, loved it. Yeah, I've never done so many of these things. I've done about 22, 23 this year. Normally I do 2 or 3 a year. And I thought I've just gone with the flow now, and it's great. As I said, I love talking to people, so it suits me, so.
Yeah, I like WynterCon. It's quite a cosy one compared to other conventions. Do you think you'll be back if you're offered the chance?
Yeah, I'll definitely come back here like a shot, definitely. Well, some of those bigger ones I've done in the past in London and Birmingham, NEC, is it, and stuff, they're too big, I don't like things that are too corporate and massive. I don't like that, boots everywhere and all that.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the weekend.
I will, thank you very much.
WynterCon was absolutely amazing. I've never been before. The atmosphere was absolutely fantastic, and it was quite overwhelming actually how friendly everyone was. Probably my most favourite part about WynterCon was actually meeting Virginia Hay and Norman Lovett. The thing that really shocked me about WynterCon was probably how friendly everybody was to each other. The one thing that really sticks out in my mind was we were coming up to the end of day 1 of WynterCon, about an hour to go, and these 2 guys stayed an extra hour to film a Star Wars sketch with us. And the bounty hunters were absolutely amazing. That's probably another biggest highlight I could say about WynterCon, that everyone there is genuine. To finally wrap this up, I would say WynterCon is one in a lifetime experience. Oh, it's definitely not going to be one in a lifetime experience. I'm definitely going to go back next year because I absolutely loved it, and I would recommend it to anybody to go and see WynterCon.